What is your name?
Daryl House.
Daryl, speak in that microphone for me. Well, you put it on down.
Just right here.
Put it on down, D. Where are you employed?
Panola County Sheriff's Department.
And are you a deputy there?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been with Panola County?
4.5 years.
And where were you before Panola?
Sarge PD.
Okay. Were you with the Sheriff's Department or working the evening of December the 6th of 2014?
Yes, sir.
And were you dispatched to an area on Heron Road?
Yes, sir.
And what was the nature of the call that you received?
It was a vehicle fire, and it was a person that was set on fire.
Oh, you need to speak up because these folks all the way back over here got to hear you. I've known you a long time, and you're soft spoken until you getting on somebody, right? All right. So the nature of your call was a car on fire and that somebody had been burned. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And where were you when you got the call? Do you remember?
I was in Batesville.
Okay. And did you in fact respond?
Yes, sir.
And what did you find upon your arrival on Heron Road?
Well, when I got there, the ambulance and the EMTs, they was all there. And when I got there, like I said, she was already in the ambulance. And Daniel Cole said they was finna transport her down to the church before she can be airlifted out.
So you actually made the scene on top of the hill where the car was?
Yes, sir.
All right, tell the jury how the scene was when you got there.
Well, when I got there, it was a vehicle that was pulled off the side of the road close to a green fence. And it was, the EMT, they was still putting out, was smoking.
Okay. And were there a lot of vehicles there when you got there?
It was the fire department, the ambulance. That's all we did when I made it there.
Were there some personal vehicles there that belonged to the firefighters?
Yes, sir.
And is Heron Lane, once you get out of Cortland, it is a fairly narrow road?
It is.
Okay. And were cars parked on either side of the road as you were going up?
Yes, sir, it was.
Okay. When you got up to where the fire was, did you where did you park?
I parked almost behind the ambulance, kind of off to the side.
And what did you observe once you got, besides the car you just testified to, what else did you observe at the scene?
They said the vehicle was on fire. They was putting it out. That's what I observed.
All right, what about Miss Chambers? Did you see Jessica?
No, sir, I didn't see her. Not up on there. When I made it to the scene, I didn't see her because they hadn't put her in the ambulance.
All right, at any point did you get in the ambulance?
Yes, sir.
Was it on the hill or was it down the hill at the landing zone?
Is it the landing zone?
Okay. So when you get, if I understand your testimony correctly, you pull up, you see the car on fire, and you're advised that Jessica's in the ambulance. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you talk to anybody at the scene at that point trying to figure out what happened?
Daniel Cole stated to me that it was a female that had got burned, and they was going to transport her to the landing zone down there.
And what was your thought process at the time? Were you thinking that you may have a crime scene, or was a crime been committed, or what was your main duty at that time?
I was just trying to know. I didn't know it was going to be a crime scene. I was just trying to find out, what had happened.
And did you assist them with transporting her back down to the landing zone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In other words, by assist, did you drive your car ahead of the ambulance down to the landing zone?
Yes, sir.
And once you got to the landing zone, what did you do?
When I got there, I went inside the ambulance. I started taking photos of it, and I asked her some questions. What happened? Who did this to you?
And did she respond?
Yes, sir.
And did you know Jessica?
No, sir, I didn't know her.
Did you know her dad?
Yes, sir, I knew her dad.
And where did her dad work at the time?
Panola County Sheriff's Department.
And what was Ben's responsibility with the Sheriff's Department?
Mechanic.
I want you to look at what's been previously marked as exhibit number
Yes, sir.
And is that what you observed?
Yes, sir.
Jessica in the back of the ambulance that night?
Yes, sir.
When you got in the ambulance and you asked her what was going on, or who did this to you, did she respond?
Yes, sir.
And what did you hear?
She said, I asked her who did this to you, and she said, Eric.
Were other people in the ambulance with you?
It was the medics in there, the EMTs, they was in there.
Was Daniel in there?
No, sir, he wasn't in there.
Okay. Eventually, did Chuck Tucker come in with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Chuck's a deputy with the Sheriff's Department, too?
Yes, sir.
Was Chuck standing with you when you were asking the question, who did this to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Chuck heard her say, or should have heard her say, Eric as well. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Turn to the witness, Your Honor.
Cross.
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right.
Good. Tell me what P10 means.
That's my call number, Panola 10.
Okay. And so if you were to do a report or anything of that nature, it would have P10 on it.
It should have P10 and my name out beside it.
Right beside it.
Yes,
Okay, yes. You said that you had to travel a little bit. Well, actually, what you said was that you came from Batesville.
Yes, ma'am. I was in base at the time.
Okay. And Miss Jessica was already in the ambulance when you got there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it was really about 8:30 or so, at least, before you got there.
Yes, ma'am.
It takes a little bit of time to travel from Batesville to Cortland, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You got into the ambulance, correct, and spoke to Miss Jessica.
Yes, ma'am.
And at that point, she was able to state to you that Eric had done this to her.
Yes, ma'am. That's what she said.
Yes. I tended the witness, Your Honor.
Redirect.
No, sir. He may be finally excused.
All right, officer, you're found excused. You may return to duty and stay in the courtroom, whatever your boss tells you to do.
All right.